Hello everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and we are continuing doing the Artist Trading Card a Day challenge from Art Joy of Sharing. And today it is a video hop. And what we'll be talking about in our video hop today is artist trading coins. Now, artist trading cards are 3.5 by 2.5, right? But you could also make something in that same size in a different shape if you want to. And the first one that came out that someone did, I don't even know what started the whole trend, was a 2.5 by 2.5 circle. All you need to think about is it bigger than 3.5 by 2.5? And if you can fit a shape into that, then you're cool. So I got out a few dies and I measured them to see what size they were, because really what I really want to be able to do is put anything that I have inside a playing card plastic 3-ring binder. So you know, the ones that you have for your baseball cards or your Yu-Gi-Oh cards or your Pokemon cards or whatever, they have the little sleeves, 9 to a page, and you can tuck them in there. So when you trade ATCs with other artists, artist trading card, artist trading coin, you trade them with other artists, they have their name on the back and you know who made the art, and it's a fun way to do this. And when you do that, then you can store them in one of these binders, and that's how I store them. There's other ways to store them. There's, card containers where you can put them in, like a file folder type situation. There's all kind of ways to store them, but I decided to try some different shapes today and just show you that as long as you measure your dies, you could end up with some other shapes besides rectangles if you're bored with rectangles. And who isn't bored with rectangles? So I know we're talking about surfaces that you can use in your ATCs or other art this month. That's what the theme is for our Art Joy of Sharing art community. These are just watercolor paper. You could also use like some other type of a stiff card. I just cut them out of watercolor paper because it was really more today about doing other shapes than thinking more about the surface. I decided to use some archival ink pads. These are the mini ink pads. I'm really enjoying having this size because they're not taking up very much space, and I also purchased these little boxes to keep them in from Ranger. And it's nice to have a little ink pad that could just sit next to my desk and isn't taking up the whole desk. So using a stencil, I can't tell you who the stencil's from, but it's just some leaves. I guess we decided to do flora and fauna for these ATC coins today for our hop. Remember, this is a video hop. You go down below my video once you've watched it. You click on the next link. That takes you to someone else's offering free art content on YouTube, people. Make sure that you give them some love. Give them a thumbs up. Subscribe to their channel. Leave some nice comments. Whatever you want to do, of course, do that on my channel too. That's how the YouTube algorithm, the big mysterious algorithm, finds us, is when we interact with each other, with people who view our videos. So we all need that. So please, when you do go watch their videos, you interact with them as well. So yeah, hop, and see what other people are doing with this challenge today and tomorrow and all month long in June. Artist Trading Card a Day. So I finished inking up some leaves on my background of this one. This is a 2.5-inch circle that has a little scalloped edge, which I thought was cute. And so I did like 4 or 5 different colors of that stencil over the top using my stencil brush. That brush came in a set of makeup brushes, and they're good for stenciling. I like them, but it's kind of a weird little shape. It's weird, like a little toothbrush, but works great. So then I drew some stylized trees because flora and fauna, my favorite flora is trees. I love trees. I hug them when I see them. Not cactuses though, because that's dangerous. But if I go up to the Pacific Northwest or go to California or something, I really love to see the trees. So drew some stylized trees on there. Then I painted out the background. I did some reverse painting, painting out the background with some white gesso. So now my leafy stuff is showing through in the places I did not paint. And then I have some Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons, and I'm coloring uh, the trunk and branches that I drew in among each tree. Now this stuff, because it's a water-soluble product, is kind of translucent. Not fully translucent, but it's not fully opaque either. So I wanted to use that so that I didn't completely obliterate the leaf pattern. I thought it was going to be too much if I did it with a solid, acrylic paint or something. So that's why I picked the crayons. And I just kind of colored some on there directly onto the paper, and then I smooshed it around, spread it around, and blended it with a water brush, a water tank brush that has water in the handle of it, and then I can squeeze there where the red part is, and the water comes out onto the brush. Handy tool to have, something I really like. So then my next thing was to draw back in my illustration lines with a Posca pen, and I was doing this and also talking, and I thought it looked pretty good, but then when I looked in the close-ups, I can see that I need new glasses or something because some of them weren't right on the lines. It's so small. 2.5 by 2.5 is tiny, so it's kind of hard for me to see. So then I found a sticker in my sticker book that says, "Not all those who wander are lost." I love that saying. That's one of my favorites. And I thought it'd be a good one to put in my little forest. They're kind of big. They're kind of chunky. So I cut them down as much as I could so that they didn't take up too much space on my card. Um, the letters are much smaller than the sticker. So I just use a scissors to cut it. And then I drew a little bird in on one branch of one of my trees, and I made it into like a little cardinal with some Posca pen. I guess first I put some glue on the back of my stickers. I think stickers are notorious for coming off, so I like to glue them down. And here I am coloring my little bird, and then I need to dry that real quickly and then do the illustration lines around it. So that's an artist trading coin in its simplest form. That was super easy to do and super fun. I guess I did add a drop shadow underneath each of my stickers with a pencil. That's a Stabilo all pencil. And there you go. That's a classic artist trading coin. Maybe not the scallops. Most people just make a circle. You could find something in your house that's 2.5 inches and trace around it and cut it out with scissors. You wouldn't have to have a die for it. It's just I always think when I cut things out with scissors that they don't look as professional. The die cut makes it absolutely perfect, and when I cut with scissors, it's kind of bumpy or whatever. So then I have this other one, and this is an oval shape, one of the dies that I had, and it's 3.5 inches tall, but it's only 2 inches wide. But that doesn't matter because it's still going to fit in the pocket, right? It's 3.5 inches tall. It's going to fit in my little plastic pockets that I store ATCs in. So it's fine that it's not quite as wide as the rectangle would be. I should have grabbed one of my blank artist trading cards and showed you the difference. That would have been more educational, but I can only tell you it's a 1/2 inch less wide than the card, but it's still fine as long as it doesn't exceed 3.5 by 2.5. So this one, I'm just doing some quick collage. This basket sits on my desk, and it's just got little scraps from other things that I've been doing. This black scrap is the leftovers from when I cut some letters out with a die cut machine. The letters, they come in a long strip, and so I have like this leftover bit, and it makes interesting shapes, and you can't really tell that it's letters. It's just kind of this weird shape. So I like to save those and kind of tear little bits off of them and use them in my collage. And other stuff was just, some stenciled paper, some gel printed paper, I don't know, whatever I had in that basket. And then this little die cut is a butterfly. That's a fauna. Somebody sent it to me. was trying to decide if I wanted the lavender side and the white side, or the white side, and I decided that the white side was more dramatic against that black. So I am sticking this on with art glitter glue because it has that fine little tip, and I can put glue where I want it when there's something that has a lot of holes in it like this. And then I needed something to say, maybe a word or something, and this one was on my desk. It says "beautiful mess," and I identify with that saying. Put that on. I needed to put the ink around the edges. I like to put ink around the edges of my cards, or else layer them on another piece that's a little bit larger to make a frame. That makes me happy. I like things to be surrounded by some sort of line. These little things like this. I used my Stabilo All pencil to put a shadow around the white, and blended that out with my water brush. Stabilo is very water soluble, so that it kind of highlights the butterfly as the most interesting thing. And then I just put some glitter glue on. So make sure that you guys go down below the video, hop through the rest of the links. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment or question below, subscribe if you haven't already, join my channel membership for exclusive content. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.